Okay, let's have a look at how you'd solve this problem now. In order to keep it from being too similar to yours, not only have I changed the dollar amount, but I've also changed the denomination of the coin. And nonetheless, it's going to be the same thing you have on your worksheet. How many Canadian dimes could you purchase with 55.00 US dollars if the exchange rate is that Canadian dollars per US dollar? Okay, so as in the United States, that's 10 dimes per dollar, right? A dime is 10 cents. And if the exchange rate is that, how many are you going to get with 55 US dollars? Okay. So, the plan here is you're going to have to figure out what it wants, okay? How many Canadian dimes? So your final answer is Canadian dimes. Canadian dimes. Oops. You get the idea, perhaps. At any rate, how do you get here? Well, let's look at what you have. What units do we have attached to this? Let's see. 55 US dollars. So you got units of US dollars. And you got this conversion factor of Canadian dollars per US dollar. When you see per in there, you know that it's going to be one of those conversion factors, as in it's going to be written like this. 1.326 Canadian dollars per US dollar. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do this. I figure you'll start with what you're given, 55 US dollars, so US dollars, and then we'll convert that to Canadian dollars, and then we'll convert Canadian dollars to Canadian dimes. Okay, so basically that means two conversions. Alright, so let's set up a reverse conversion factor. Just as in America, 10 Canadian dimes per Canadian dollar. For every 1 Canadian dollar. Okay, set up another conversion factor. Canadian dollar, let's get back to US dollar. Okay, so we just did this, now let's do this one. That's the relationship. So Canadian dollar needs to go on top. Canadian dollar, US dollar. According to this, for every 1 US dollar, you get 1.326 Canadian dollars. Alright, so basically Canadian dollar cancels Canadian dollar, right? This is a unit, doesn't matter. US dollar, something's got to cancel US dollar out too, so we started with 55 US dollars. 55.00 US dollars. This way US dollar cancels US dollar, right? It's just a unit, so they cancel. And Canadian dollar cancels Canadian dollar, give me a final unit of Canadian dimes. Alright, so this times this times this gives a final answer. Great, let's do it. So 55.00 times 1.326 times 10. The final answer of 729.3 Canadian dimes. I guess I'll write that down here. 729.3 Canadian dimes. Theoretically. Now, I have a hard time imagining going to the exchange window and having them chop a dime in 3 for you and giving you 0.3 dimes. So I imagine what that really means is you're going to get 729 Canadian dimes. Even though I suppose if this was anything else, you would use 3 significant figures. I don't think anyone's going to give you a third of a dime. Sometimes a little common sense has got to be called into play here. There you go. That's how it works.